Today we are starting a new room. Welcome to the scrapbook room. I have a very specific goal. Bonnie has not arrived yet. I am doing some pre-cleaning because that's what I do when Bonnie comes over. But I'm not doing a lot of pre-cleaning. I have very specific goals here. I have this electric fireplace that helps heat up the scrapbook room when it is cold outside. This room is actually a refurbished garage, so it does get colder in the winter and hotter in the summer than the rest of the house. But, I don't want to get the electric fireplace going until there's actually space around it without causing a big old fire hazard. That is the goal, is to clean around that. And also there are just some plastic bags on the floor, and I'd like to make the entryway a little bit better so you don't step on a bag and slip to your death. I mean, there are only a couple of steps, but still. You enter this room from the kitchen. You then take 2 steps down and you are in. Now, this room I knew was going to bring up some emotions because I'm not used to being in this room without my little Cupid. That's not to say that he actually liked this room. Neither he nor Clay were really fond of this room, and I'm not sure if it's because of the temperatures. Well, for Cupid, he just would prefer to be sitting on the couch next to me. So I would tempt them in with special treats. They would eat some treats, and then Cupid would usually sit on this puffy pillow in front of the fireplace. The dog treats also were kind of high calorie, so to kind of keep him and Clay interested, I would toss around some Cheerios, and that's probably not the best approach really, but that's what I was doing. Here we have a little bit of a grief pause because I've come across a bunch of Cheerios. My grief is less acute than it was, but I still miss him, and it will just pop up at different times like this. But let's move on. I stopped scrapbooking in this room for a few reasons. One was because I just really had a hard time accessing everything. There is a desk right as you walk into the room. There is a very narrow path to get to the chair in front of the desk. And then there is stuff piled up behind me. There's a bag full of trash that I started and then just didn't finish. I also stopped coming in because of the fireplace issue. And I didn't have a lot of mental energy for scrapbooking, as Cupid needed me to do more and more for him. So I just really let it go and thought, I'll come back to it. I will come back to it later. Well, now it's later. And I'm feeling my feelings, but I'm also getting on with the business of turning this into a place that I can actually be creative, and where maybe the dogs can actually, get those comfortable, cozy beds back somewhere. It felt good to be in the scrapbook room again after the bedroom, which has been quite an endeavor, as you know. And here we go, awkward angles. How awkward can I make the angles? I strive for excellence when it comes to making really strange angles. All right. But anyway, I am cleaning up behind, well, to the left of the fireplace and coming across things. Now, the thing to note is that I don't do much putting away of stuff because there's nowhere to put the stuff. There's no away in this room to be had. Okay, that's not totally true. I have a couple of pockets of organization. There is some, well, you can kind of see the bins there, and those have some organization to them. There are also some bins that are right next to my desk that are organized-ish as well. But in the midst of all that is all of this stuff, and there is trash, there are boxes, there are things that got moved from the living room, there are some flattened stuffing for dog beds that just need to be discarded. There's all kinds of stuff in this room, along with a million Cheerios. So my goal for where to put stuff is I'm mostly tossing stuff because a lot of the stuff that I'm sweeping up I am just going to toss. Here is Colt, who is going to get into everything. Wait until you see his antics when we do the rest of the scrapbook room. He has not been in this room too much before this. You do have to go through this room to get to the laundry room. So he has followed me in there and then followed me out and then went and went clutter diving. But for now, my goal is, if I can, to keep things from falling on top of me, apparently. I'm also trying to put like things next to each other, so I will move these albums over to where there are some other albums. I'm putting embellishments in that blue bin. It's not a bin, it's a bag. That blue tie-dye pattern bag. There's Colt. Checking things out again. Oh, and I've got a bunch of paper, so I'm sticking that on the paper shelf. So, I mean, I'm doing some putting away, but it's pretty... Oh my gosh, that was so funny as I'm talking about, I'm putting some stuff away and all the paper falls. Oh, look, I'm finding more clothes. Yay! Help me. Clothes are the bane of my existence right now, so I'm just pretending they aren't there. Okay, and yeah, so I'm doing some loose organizing, but some things, well, probably nothing is going to be put in its final place because we're working on all of that stuff. I'm doing an insane amount of sweeping because, there's a lot of stuff on the floor. It's nice to feel like I'm accomplishing something. So I'm busy at work here on this. I knew I wasn't going to do too much as far as pre-cleaning because I learned last time that I just don't want to take away Bonnie's fun. She loves this stuff so much. So she loves to clean and sort, and I'm going to go ahead and let her do her thing. But I do want to have this fireplace ready for use. And not to have people slipping and sliding on the plastic bags in the entryway like I've been doing. Got dogs behind me, dogs in front of me. Oh, that's just how I like it, really. I like having little pups around. They help me keep motivated to get up in the morning and do my thing. I'm doing so much better than I was. Hooray for spring. I really do think I have seasonal affective disorder. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. SAD is the acronym. I always knew that winter kind of brought me down, but this year I really, really kind of saw it. I also had some other things going on too. But anyway, so now the dogs are doing who knows what in the laundry room. And I'm finally picking up those papers that fell, so I'm just going to put them back into place in hopefully a better way. I've got both a trash bag and a recycling one. In addition to the boxes of Cheerios, I have lots and lots of water bottles in this room. Which, of course, you can see some, right? Yeah, they're right there. Okay. Which reminds me, I have been working on making some merch. And there is a design about water bottles because they are a staple of this channel. If the shop is ready by the time that I post this video, then I will link it in the description. If not, it'll be coming soon and I will keep you posted on that. There I go again. So yeah, I scooped up some water bottles and tried to put them into that bag, and it didn't quite work out for me. Now, there I found a rubber stamp. So I thought, let's put it over here. Because I know I had seen the box that it went in. And it will turn up later in this video. I am a scrapbooker and I have a ton of paper. I just can't even. So much paper. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. But what I'm learning is, yeah, I don't need to have everything. I can let go of just the stuff that isn't serving me, the things that don't inspire me, the things, oh, there's my little case, so I'm putting the stamp into the case. Yay! It's a match. My goal for this and every room, every space I have, is to let go of what I don't love to make room for the things that I do. There are photos of Cupid that I want to scrapbook. I want to scrapbook Colt. I want to keep scrapbooking comments from the community for the community book. I want to get around to using my actual die cutting machines that are buried somewhere in this mess. I want to use other supplies that I have buried and forgotten about. I really thought that the scrap room would be the hardest room, but it hasn't been. Not by far. Maybe Bonnie will have a different idea. I forgot that I did that. Using my broom to re-angle the camera. Well done, Mira. I'm feeling pretty good about what I accomplished here. I did a bit in the morning and then a little bit later in the afternoon. We're getting to the end of the morning session. When I was doing scrapbooking, I would come in the morning right after I woke up, turn on the fireplace, get some breakfast, go about business for a couple hours, and then I would come back in and scrapbook once the room was warmed up. Whee! Yeet! I don't know what that was, but I just yeeted it. I'm finding more bits, and yeah, I'm just kind of setting them aside. There is a picture of Cupid and Clay when Clay was a puppy. Oh, so cute. I found 3 great pictures of Cupid in this process, and they made me smile. In other news, there is a photo fundraiser coming next month. Well, coming in April. I'm not sure when this is going to be posted on the channel. So it's coming late April, and I need to get Colt all ready to get his picture taken so he can have his portrait done as well. Wonder if his ear will be normal or wonky. I've now cleaned behind the fireplace and around it, so it's time to kind of clear this little path because, yeah, I do want Bonnie to be able to walk into this room without tripping over stuff. She might trip over stuff in other areas of the room, but let's at least make a little teeny itty bitty pathway, shall we? So that's what I'm doing here. And the boys are mostly watching. Oh. Now, Colt got into this. It's not yarn, it's thread, I guess. It's kind of embroidery thread. But anyway, he got into that, and he comes by that honestly. I think every dog who has lived here has gotten into that. Oh dear. So yeah, I went ahead and set that aside, and Colt's just gotta check things out. Oh my goodness. He is a very, very, very curious dog. What can I say? Time to break out the heavy guns, and I'm bringing over my chair. Now, please note, there's going to be a funny moment where Colt yeets under the chair. He's just like, I'm going to see what's on the other side. So, yeah, I got a kick out of that. I'm not sure at what point that is, but it's here somewhere. There are lots of little bits. Oops, nearly. I scared poor Colt. Lots of little bits for me to clean up. And whenever I end up looking through stuff that I sweep up, I always think about episodes of Hoarders where they would show someone like going through like the grossest stuff ever to find stuff. And I want to say it's not like that. When it is really gross stuff, I will actually just toss it. But there are photos in here, so I did feel like I needed to go through them. And there's just a little bit of dust and dirt on this floor, so, you know, it's not too bad. I would prefer not to do it, let's face it. But there are a lot of photos that I don't have digital copies of, so, you know, until I get all of that sorted out, I am going to feel some obligation to at least look through what I sweep up. It does make me feel good to have this entryway cleared up some. I do walk through it every time I go to do laundry, so it'll be even better when it's clean. It's really funny to me watching the boys come in and out. I'm not sure what they're thinking. Probably, are you done yet? Have you uncovered any food? And I realize there's some stuff underneath the cabinet, so that's a little bit trickier to get to. There's some stuff on the carpet. There is an area carpet in here. It was here from when I bought the house. Maybe I'll get a flashier one down the road. But yeah, that's kind of a ways out. I think I have other things I would rather do before I do that. And now let's clean this up a little bit. We gotta get this too. I didn't go all the way over to the edge because I was getting tired, and that's okay. I've decided it's okay to be tired. Sometimes I think we're too hard on ourselves and feel like if I don't do all of the complete stairway from side to side, then it's a failure, and I'm not going that way. Oh, and here's a picture of my little Cupid with his friend Nikki. I got Cupid at the animal shelter from the Humane Society at the same day that my friend got her dog Nikki. So they grew up friends. Nikki died kind of young. But yeah, I guess they're together now. So they're hanging out like that in doggy heaven. I am glad he's got his friend with him. And yeah, I found another picture of Cupid. Oh dear, lots of things on the floor. Which, yeah, if you watch my channel, you'll know that that's not really surprising. Looks like there are some cords down there from 2 heating pads that I got for the doggies. Cupid definitely loved his. We are getting to the end here, so let's get to the results in just a moment. I did have 1.5 bags of trash and 1 bag for recycling. I was not able to show them because it was raining outside. I didn't want to put my camera out there. So here's the before. Here is the after. Still with the water bottle in sight. And are you ready? We're going to get going on the rest of the room. Today's postscript focuses on finding something that you love. We all need something that we love. For me, it's scrapbooking. I don't know what it is for you, but make sure that you have something that you love that's just for you and that you love it as much as Colt loves his new squeaky toy.